going on YouTube? Trucking the life here one more time, guys and gals and girls and girls. Yeah. Anyway, YouTube. The purpose of this video is why a lot of guys struggle in this division of rail yard intermodal, and that's the 40s and 20s. I'm gonna get straight to it. A lot of guys struggle in this division of trucking because it's confusion. 40s and 20s can confuse somebody. And I'm gonna name a couple points on this video, but for the most part, they confuse a lot of people. You get in and you don't know what's going on, you don't know where to begin, and you don't know where to end. There's just so much stuff going on with the 40s and 20s. Look, you know, I'm a head first type of guy. I dive in head first. Only reason I even danced with 10s and 20s was because the company that my boy was with, he was making some decent money, and I was like sinking, I was a sinking ship where I was at. I said, you know what, he already over there, I really don't want to do him, but he told me he's so bad. He had to deal with private chassis. They deal with a lot of private chassis, so the hustle and bustle trying to find a chassis was out the window. But of course, when I get over there, the bottom fall out. I told you guys in one of them videos, it seemed like a dark cloud followed me everywhere I went. It's like just like, well, we was doing good till you showed up. If I had $1 for every time I heard that. Anyway, I don't know. Bad juju, I guess. Anyway, I learn how to deal with these 40s and 20s by School of Hard Knocks. And let me tell you, it's a whole different league. Dealing with the 40s and 20s is a whole different league. It's a league of their own. And you got to know what you're doing to even begin to dance with them. If you're not, you ain't going to make no money. Some chassis only go in certain boxes. That's the first thing that I think anybody doing 40s and 20s need to understand that. I don't know, I'm guessing that the boxes like the Mediterraneans, the 01 line, the OCLs, the freaking Evergreens, the freaking Costco, all of them boxes, the colorful, I call them the color game. They got an agreement, I guess every Steamline got an agreement with certain manufacturer chassis. So you can't just go and get a DCLI chassis and throw a med box on it, throw like a, I don't know, a OCL box on it or something. Well, you just can't grab a track chassis and throw a med box on it or something. I don't know. I forgot how it go. I ain't been in a minute. But anyway, they gotta match up. And if you guys want to find out how they match up, go get a list either from your carrier you with or go to the driver assistance. They'll give you a list of what boxes go with chassis, Some apps may have them by the time this video come out. Check the app. It may have it. So you gotta match these things up. So a lot of the 40s and 20s are on the ground. So a lot of guys get confused with that. What do grounded mean? What area is this? They don't know how many they don't know how to count the moves to tell a Mr. Crane dude. Counting the moves is like, let's say your box is like 1, 2, 3 layers deep, but it may be 6 boxes, and your box would be the 7th box. So you'll tell him, Mr. Crane dude, 7 moves. That means he know the 7 boxes yours. He'll count the boxes to your box and he'll give you that one. I seen guys say 5 moves, and the crane dude give them the wrong box. So sometimes they don't look in the computer to see which box you got. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they be in a hurry, they throw it on you real quick. I seen this one guy try to get this dude grabbed the wrong size chassis, which I'm gonna get to another point. He told the crane dude, and the crane dude knew it too. I think the crane dude trying to kill some time that day. That Mr. Crane dude was just on some nonsense that day. The dude came with a 45-foot chassis, and he's getting a 40-foot box. Mr. Crane dude seen the chassis, he seen the box, he grabbed the box to put it on the chassis, and it was like too short. And the crane dude sat there. He sat there with the box on the chassis, still hooked up to it, and looking at him like, and the driver didn't even get out. He just sitting in the truck like, I'm honking and crazy like, dude, get out the truck and look. So when your box is grounded, a lot of guys get confused because they don't know how to find a box. They don't know which way to turn, which their box is facing. I know it sounds basic, but a lot of guys don't know how to do that. And so they don't understand a 40 and 20 game on that aspect. Another reason is the chassis. The 40s and the 45 footers. They really get confused on these. Sometimes you can have a conversion chassis, which is a 45, it converts to a 40 footer. But on the same token, you got to make sure it's able to convert. Sometimes these guys, these maintenance guys, they weld the bolt that's supposed to the releasing pin. They weld that in there, so you can't adjust the chassis if you wanted to. So some guys grab it, and I ain't gonna say how I know because I did it myself. I'm gonna tell you, skip it. I ain't afraid of you guys and gals. Anyway, I'm back. I didn't grab the 45-foot chassis. I seen the pin, but I didn't look good enough to see they were welded together. I went to go try to get a 40-foot box. I said I adjust it, and it just didn't work because they welded together. So guys get confused on counting out 40-footers and counting out 45-foot chassis. They look similar. You look at them, you can kind of tell. Some guys can say, you can look in between, you can see like a little extra couple of cross members in there. Me, how I tell is, I just count by feet. I count my feet out, and I know if it matches up to a 40, I count it on every 40 I get. Take the same steps the same way. That's what I do. I don't go off the cross members because I didn't messed up sometimes doing that. But guys get confused on that. They don't know how to grab a 45 and a 40 chassis. They don't know the difference. As far as the 20-footers go, guys catch a lot of problems with them because they don't understand that, hey, a 20-footer has, I think, you know, I picture like this. A grocery store, you got your produce section, you got your frozen section, and way over there you got like the butcher shop or whatever. 20s are way over there. They're in a league of their own, man. First of all, trying to find a good 20 that works, they don't have no problems. Trying to find one that's able to slide. Now, when I say able to slide, a lot of guys don't know how to do this. They don't know how to slide the 20-footer, because when you roll a 20-foot container, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's over 10,000 pounds loaded, you have to slide the tandem. It just depends on what state you're in. I don't know, I could be wrong. Anybody know any different? Leave in the comments below. Help you guys out. Anyway, so they can't get the thing to slide. They don't know how to put no oil, engine oil on the chassis or the frame, and then like go back and forth and try to make it slide so that when they get to the customer, because you can't unload the 20-footers at a customer unless you're able to get the slide back. I've seen so many guys, so many that they go through HE double hockey sticks in the rail yard to get the chassis to slide, the 20-foot to slide to the middle, but they don't put no oil on the frame and go back and forth a couple times. So when they get to the customer, they won't have no problems. Because the customer cannot unload that 20-footer or load that 20-footer with the box slid forward. You gotta slide it back so it can be flush with the dock so they can unload it. They can't do it. So they get to the customer and can't even deliver the load because they can't get the thing to slide. A lot of guys struggle with that because they don't understand the game, or they don't understand that game. Trying to work and trying to manhandle them 20-footers. So that's what the 20-footers could be rough. That's the 40-footers could be rough too. And storage, always do one of them things. I don't know, people will abandon them. I guess the 20s and 40s pile up after a while because, you know, let's say some of these yards, and I'm gonna get to my next point, and I'm ending this video, guys. Plenty more. There's so many on this video, I can't even name them all. So many in this, it's just so many. So what some guys do is they can't get to the box that day because they probably don't want to wait around, and because of, you know, trying to get it off the ground could take a little minute, you know. So they probably leave it, and so many guys probably do that, and it stays in the yard and it accumulates storage. What happens is the rail start charging storage because nobody came to get the box, so they charging the carrier storage to store that box, or the customer to store that box in the yard, and somebody got to pay that bill before they release it to the people. So I caught more storage and more HE double hockey sticks on the storage end from 40s and 20s than I did 53s. The long wait times. You wait a long time sometimes. I waited up to 6 hours one time waiting on the Mr. Crane dude to come on scrolling by and give me my box. I got so many videos on the channel when Mr. Crane dude's pulling off on me, it don't make no sense. They'll ride right by you when he look at you. I had one Mr. Crane dude almost run me over. I jumped in front of his crane. Like, you gonna stop today? And I seen he wasn't stopping, so I just rolled out the way. Anyway, that's another story. That was one of them days where I was just there so long, I got a little desperate. I ain't gonna lie, I was foolish, but I got a little desperate. Mr. Crane dude kept riding. He put his sunglasses up like this and kept riding. I said, these guys are nuts. Anyway, so you've been at long wait time trying to get your box off the ground. And don't let another guy come in when you trying to get your box off the ground. His box may be before yours. You waited 4 hours for a dude to show up. He show up. It's almost quitting time for him. He got enough time to do one box. He come down and trying to help you out. But the guy that just showed up after you, his box is before yours, so he got to move his box anyway. So he get his box on, the crane dude pull off. And you like, oh, now it was a good day for that guy. It was a bad day for you. Now you got to sit there waiting. Hopefully another Mr. Crane dude comes strolling by. Who knows? He may show up in the next 30 minutes, next hour. Who knows? Who knows? If I sound passionate, man, that's because I am. That right there, that game right there, that's something else. You gotta know what you're doing in the 2040 game. If you don't know what you're doing in that division of rails, you got problems. And I believe 20s and 40s should get paid a lot more, way more than 53s because of all the craziness you got to deal with. I'll be wondering, and I'm gonna end it after this. I'll be wondering how I'll be going to some rail yards, be guys sitting around waiting for 20s and 40s. They sitting there waiting. I'm asking myself, how you able to make money sitting there waiting like this? Do that one load pay so good where it'll make up for all the 6, 4, 5, 6, 7? I don't know how many hours you sitting there waiting on this thing to come in. And some customers only want some boxes. That's a whole nother story, guys. But anyway, that's why a lot of guys struggle in the 2040 division of trucking, of intermodal, because it ain't for the faint of heart. The rail yards ain't for the faint of heart, period. But the 20s and 40s, oh, you gotta have a king beef on your chest. If you don't, you ain't gonna make it. But anyway, alright, YouTube. Hope this video was helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going on here. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.